Who's he?
Kentman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. It's your boy Kentman, bringing you that JRPG and fan service content you deserve. And today, we get to talk about how a Japanese developer, erotic fan service developer, said no to America's censorship and was like, F you. Because like, it's just a beautiful thing for a fan service consumer as myself. It sucks that a certain set of gamers won't be able to play these games, but it is what it is. So Xbox decided to try to censor super old Saturn games that were being brought up to modern standards. It's going to be coming out for PS4, PS5, and PC. And I think there's a Switch version, but it was supposed to come out for Xbox and now it's not. At first it was going to get delayed because Xbox had some issues with some of the content within these games. And at first, City of Connection was going to be like, okay, we'll try to fix it. But then they were like, nah, you just don't get the game. And that's a beautiful thing, because I'm tired of Japanese companies compelling to American standards, because it's stupid. It's so stupid. What is the point of the ESRB if companies are just censoring the games? Like, that's there for a reason. It's for mature audiences. That means parents need to regulate what their kids are buying. Let the consumer decide what is right or wrong. You wouldn't let a kid walk into an R-rated movie. So what's the difference between games? It's crazy that we are still talking about this in 2025. It feels like it's gotten even worse. But what set games am I talking about in general? I am talking about the old classic Saturn games from Steam Heart and Advanced VG, which is also Vertible Geo from the Saturn, that also at the time had controversies back in the day. This game, Steam Hearts, is a shoot 'em up game that was a classic just shoot 'em up game that had 8 stages, and eventually at some point when you defeat one of the characters in the mechs, you will be able to have sex with the pilot. Oh, okay, that's nothing big, that's nothing crazy at all. And Advanced VG was a fighting game that centered around restaurants fighting for the chance to have their restaurant be the most powerful or successful restaurant ever in the world. And if that person would lose, they would be stripped of their clothes in public as, you know, a defeat. And then if you wanted to proceed further with more sexual actions, you choose to do so. At least that's how the anime was, because there was animes of both of these, and they all had controversies on the Sega Saturn. It's crazy. 20 years later, we're still having the same controversies, only for Xbox though. And it's just crazy. So let's read the story. City Connection will no longer release on Xbox One's version of Steam Hearts, an advanced Vertible Geo Saturn tribute for Xbox One. The developer announced, due to the nature of this title being reveal of works containing provocative expressions, we have been developing it with the goal of offering consistent gameplay experience across all platforms. City Connection said in a statement. While each platform has its own set standards, we have made continuous adjustments to the content. However, for the Xbox version, we have come to the realization that significant changes to expressions will not be necessary. I'm assuming they will not be necessary. Will be necessary. I'm gonna read it as it is. It was a tough call, but this is where we are at now. We sincerely apologize to everyone who has been looking forward to the release of the Xbox version. Going forward, we remain committed to delivering our titles all across, including Xbox. We truly appreciate your understanding and support. So it is no longer coming out for Xbox, but it is coming out for PS5, PS4, Switch, PC, and VI Steam. So it makes me wonder if Sony is going to do the same thing, because Sony is also notorious for censoring games, but maybe they're like, it's whatever. Maybe they're a little bit more lenient now. I mean, they are bringing the Neptunia trilogy to PlayStation 4. They have been a little bit more setbackish on some lewd stuff on the system, but it's hard to really say if Sony is not going to censor it. It's crazy to me that it's Xbox, the first person to say, they didn't want the game on their system if it had to be censored, because Xbox is supposed to be the mature system, right? You know, it's supposed to be the one system people go for mature games, because they have a plenty of games that has mature content in it. But I did remember that Halo Infinite did end up getting censored for Cortana, or Cortana being censored, like her outfit was changed at one point. But you know, I didn't really care about Halo, so that, at least Halo Infinite, I cared about the first 2 Halos. Classic games, amazing games, good to me. Halo 3 was pretty good too, but you know, it's whatever. Either way, I did hear about that. So maybe that's just how the company is now. I don't know. It seems weird to me when Xbox barely has any games and they've been clamoring about having Japanese games on their system and bring games to their system. They're going to say no? Like, what? I'm so happy that City Connection said no. Like, we're just not giving you the game. We tried, you know, we tried to give you the game, but now you just don't get the game. But you get to play it on Steam, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Switch, which again, with Switch changing their policy for Neptunia games, it makes me kind of wary if they will change try to censor this in America too, or in PlayStation. It seems odd to me that PlayStation, especially PlayStation and Switch, are the more viable options at this point. I mean, Steam was always going to be the top choice. I mean, Steam has been killing it when it comes to fan service games and adult games recently. They do have some moments where certain games don't comply with their rules, but it's on like a very like game to game basis when that happens. But it seems like, you know, it seems like these games are going to be available on Steam and they're going to have their full content. As I said, they're all like Steam Heart Saturn Tribute is essentially a shoot 'em up game that you go through the game and there's 8 stages, and then once you beat the main boss, you get to have some very sexual moments with them. And that's pretty much it. It's not really that big of a deal. And then with VG, which can have a little bit more like a bigger deal, but they're pretty much just basic fighting games that has more erotic scenes in it. That's pretty much it. Like, you fight like a normal Street Fighter or any other fighting game that's classic, but it just has you stripping the girl's clothes a little bit. I mean, Simmer Crocker does that. And I mean, that, well, I guess that's not really a good thing to, a good example right now, because Simmer Crocker is practically dead because of Marvelous, but you know, you get what I mean. It's not really all that big of a deal. So it's unfortunate that this stuff is happening. Like, censorship is never a cool thing, and it sucks that Xbox won't be able to play the game. Well, technically they'll be able to play the game because it's on PC. However, you won't be able to play it directly on their console, which, you know, that's just Xbox and Microsoft's fault. Like, and again, it's crazy to me that they would say no to Japanese games when they've been hammering trying to get Japanese games on the system. This is just going to make Japanese consumers hate Xbox even more. What? Like, what? I just don't understand the MO here. I really don't. But that's what it is. So if you ever played these games, if you ever enjoyed these games, let me know how you guys feel. If you're an Xbox user and you are looking forward to these games on the Xbox, and now that it's not coming to the Xbox anymore, let me know how you guys feel. Because I never knew about these. I knew of the games. I knew the games, but I never played these games as a kid. And now I'm interested. Definitely going to be playing these games through Steam and trying to see what was so wrong about them that Xbox was like, I mean, it's an American company, so I'm not so surprised that they said no to the games, because like, America is so weird right now. There's so much controversy happening right now, and bro, an erotic fighting game, an erotic shooting game is the least of their problems. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But again, what is the point of the ESRB if they're just going to censor the games? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. That's why the ESRB was created, for us to know what was a mature or teen or everybody game, so your kids and you can pay attention as a parent to not buy the game and buy a game according to their age. You know? But it is what it is. So let me know how you guys feel about this news and this controversy that's happening with Xbox and that they're not going to be able to get these classic Saturn games. And let me know how you guys feel in the comments down below and what you guys think about it. So that's the news. I'm definitely going to keep up with this game and try to see what's going to happen with it in the future. And I'm definitely going to try to play them to see what was so wrong with them. Because it probably wasn't nothing. It probably was nothing. Literally nothing. PNGs on a screen. That's pretty much what they are. Anyway, that is news. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to hit 10K by the end of the year, and with your help and support, I can definitely do that. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video next time. Bye me.